Very good afternoon, everyone. Post-lunch sessions are always a little tactical, right? You have to handle it very tactfully to keep everyone alive, right? And I'll try to do it. I'll not spend much of the time. I'll just take 10 odd minutes to talk about what SwitchOff is and what SwitchOff meant to us at Vivo, and how interestingly, we have tried using DOH and other mediums to communicate to our target audiences. A quick glimpse, Vivo is a global brand with a strong presence in the country. We have almost 120 million smartphone users. We completed 10 years in last December. But as a smartphone brand, we have a much bigger dream and a purpose to us. It's not only about selling the product, but what this product can give you. That purpose is live the joy, which eventually means we want to create a world of joy through superior yet simplified technology and experiences for our consumers. And we want to inspire and enable our consumers to experience joy, whether it is within or it is about relationship or the exploration. And yes, we understand that technology obviously brings you closer, but technology also pushes you apart. Like if I tell you my own personal experience, I'm in a nuclear family. My kids are pretty young, but they also have their phone just to connect, so that we can connect with them when they go out for tuition or anything else. So we all have, personal phones, right? So technology is so personal, especially when it comes to smartphone. So, what we did, we went to our consumers, we said, let's do a deep dive understanding into what is the impact of smartphone between parent-child relationship. And these are a few interesting facts which I would love to read and, put a thought for all of us sitting here, If I have to talk about time lost, almost 7.7 hours average time spent by parents on their smartphones daily. Focus loss, 1 in 3 internet minute can be attributed to social media platform. Connection loss, 3 out of 4 kids often express their concern about their parents spending too much time on their phones. And this has spoken by kids itself, yeah. So that's the reason, as a responsible brand, we felt, we need to address this. And that's when, there's a birth of SwitchOff happened. And why SwitchOff? As I mentioned, our vision, our purpose is to, build through our products through connecting consumers. So first is, of course, to have a higher order stance, to have a purpose attached to it. And SwitchOff is delivering on that front. Second is, of course, the mission of product. Our mission of brand is all about live the joy. It's all about, joy of humanity. And third, it's a long-term proposition which we have. It's not that only once we have done it, it's over 6 years we are building it. And every single year we try to push ourselves in terms of marketing, how can we further engage our consumers. And in upcoming slides, I will try to showcase what we have done this year on DOH and other mediums. But before that, let's just take a pause. And in 2024, when we were working on the campaign, we felt that, okay, we have been communicating about SwitchOff to our consumer that yes, you need to have some family time where you switch off your phone and spend time with your family. But we need to push ourselves a little bit more and add some kind of behavioral change, whether it could be during dinner or could be, right before going on bed. So figure out the family time or figure out the time where you can actually spend time with your family members and actually keep tech apart, or tech aside. So from level 1 to level 2, from 2019 when we started obviously creating awareness, and then we started getting some kind of acceptance in the market about this entire proposition of switching off. And 2024 was all about action, and I'll share how. Before that, can I please play the video so that we all see what we communicated on social through DVC?
अंश मटर भी खाने पड़ेंगे वरना नो डिजर्व।
मम्मा नो।
यस। अच्छा तुमने बताया नहीं फैंसी ड्रेस कंपटीशन में क्या बनना है?
अरे हाँ, It's on Saturday, right?
Mobile phone.
Mobile phone? How about an astronaut?
Or Lion, King of the Jungle?
Or a superhero?
नहीं मुझे मोबाइल फोन ही बनना है
पर मोबाइल फोन ही क्यों बनना है?
मम्मा because mobile phone is papa's favorite.
गलत. पता है एक्चुअली पापा का फेवरेट क्या है?
क्या?
इसकी स्माइल. अब बताओ सच्ची मुच्ची बनना क्या है?
Vivo encourages you to choose your switch off time and create joyous bonds with family.
Vivo.
So this is how we started our campaign for 2024, and we took it a notch higher. So this was level 2, level 2 where we used technology, we used digital OH, we also did activation with relevant restaurant to go into the consumer and make them experience what does switch off means to them, right? Let me take you through what all we did, in terms of DOH. In the earlier session, we were talking about contextual messaging. We said contextual movement messaging. So relevant places, whether it is about DOH at the corporate hubs or at metro, or let's say, we also use e4m platforms to talk about. So what we did, okay, during weekends, in the evening on Friday, we noticed that, okay, usually you offer, you look for chips or you look for cold drink snacks. We said, okay, fine, can we add contextual messaging there? So we use digital OH, we use e4m platform to contextualize the messaging of switch off and be relevant to our consumers and create the impact, so that you have taken the higher order stance, but you need to get into them and talk to them in their language. Just to simplify and just hit it hard as well as emotionally, right? Interesting collaboration I would love to talk about. Again, we said, okay, fine, we need to get it to our consumers. How should we do it? How can we make them experience, real-time experience that what does switch off means to us? We activated this through Gola Sizzler. It's a retail outlet. It's a restaurant where what we did, very simply, we planted. There was a manager from Switch Off manager, we called that person, and we said, okay, fine, you need to, first we took up that place, we said, Gola, okay, we want to activate Switch Off. What we have noticed is during the lunches or dinners, people tend to spend time on their phone rather than having conversations, right? So we took that inside and we said, let's create something from there. And I would love to play this AV to show you what we did.
In this digital era, time spent with our loved ones often make way for our screen time. In fact, 84% of parents feel that excessive smartphone usage doesn't let them engage meaningfully with their children. Vivo aims to change this. We've always worked towards bringing families closer, and Switch Off, an initiative by Vivo in its 6th year, is a testimony to this effort. This time around, by taking it on ground, to a place that's also meant for people to connect with families and friends, a renowned restaurant chain, to bring joy back to mealtime. Using 10 cards, branded cutlery holders and badges, alongside a Vivo representative, we made diners realize the importance of choosing their switch-off time to give their loved ones enough time. After all, lifelong bonds are made with precious memories. Families come closer when they truly connect. Colleagues become friends over shared moments.
Thank you for switching off your phone. Here was a dessert from our side.
Thank you so much.
Experience the joy of bonding, living, loving in the moment. Vivo invites you to choose your switch-off time and create joyous bonds with family and friends.
I believe it's a great initiative actually, an eye-opener. I was really impressed when I saw cutlery wrap.
I'm sure Vivo has put a lot of thought into it.
A very good job by Vivo. It was very thoughtful.
I think it's really bold for a smartphone brand like Vivo.
It's like a wake-up call for me. Now I will make sure that I will give my uninterrupted time to my family.
Thank you for the ice cream, Vivo.
So in nutshell, if I have to talk about SwitchOff 2024, obviously we started with mainline communication, which you usually say, we created DVC, TVC to talk about the messaging, where it was about relationship as well as numbers, authentic numbers, which were talking about that, okay, this is true. The second was, the restaurant activation, where we made them experience what does SwitchOff mean, and we always request everyone to, also follow this as well. And then interestingly, we use DOH by contextual messaging. Again, taking advantage of digital screen and spoke about SwitchOff to our consumers and in-app integrations as well. So this is how in nutshell 2024 we tried using SwitchOff campaign in much more meaningful way through digital OH, through social media and through in-app activations. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much. Hope before I call you on stage, I just have one request, as a brand, as I mentioned, let's just step back and, think about this entire, proposition. And I'm sure, if we can also start practicing this at home, maybe at a dinner table, maybe, figure out your own time, and you see the magic which happens. That's the request as a brand, and thank you so much. Yeah.